Top 10 niche fall fragrances for 2019, part 2. You guys requested this video and it is coming up. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. Yes, I love my fall fragrances and I have way too many of them and I just wanted to share. I have asked you in my previous fall video if you guys wanted a part 2, and yes, all of you guys, well, most of you guys wanted a part 2, and I'm ready. I'm ready for this challenge, okay? Actually, I have another 10 great fragrances, guys, and I just can't wait to rock them this fall. I love fall, if you guys know me by now, and I just love these fall fragrances. I have actually started to wear these fragrances and I've been actually really enjoying them quite a bit. Yeah, some of them are popular and there's a few actually they're not as popular. The thing is about my top 10s, I try my best not to be another top 10. There's way too many top 10 that you just can click on them and they're gonna be very safe and very pleasant for the most of you guys. But the thing is, I always try to give you something new to discover. The thing is, if you just kept on smelling the same exact fragrances day and night, it gets very repetitive and it gets boring with time. Even though you love, for example, Dior Sauvage is the best smelling like fragrance ever, but if you just kept on smelling it gets boring. And what am I trying to do here, guys, is just to give you different options for different unknown fragrances that you might like. I'm not saying that you'd love, but this is our different fragrances just to kind of like break that boredom of the same fragrances over and over again. With that being said, let's just start off with my number 10, which is a great fragrance. I actually love this fragrance. I've been having this fragrance for quite a while right now. It is Bella Bellissima Majestic Cedar. I just love, I don't know if you guys can see the bottle, not a bottom. Well, the bottom of this bottle is actually like kind of like emerald green and it turns into yellow wish color. In a way, it's a beautiful bottle in a way. The cap is not the greatest. I don't know what happened to it, but hey, it is what it is, right? But this fragrance smells great, guys. This is very masculine. This is even though if you read or see the notes of this fragrance, you would think this is the heaviest fragrance like ever. I believe it's got vetiver, it's got cedarwood, it's got sandalwood. I don't know what else does it have, but when you see the notes, it's got some scary notes, but it doesn't smell like that at all. It is actually somewhat sweet, somewhat fresh. There's like a fruity undertone that it smells beautiful. It doesn't last the longest, but it is beautiful. It's somewhat fresh. One of the best smelling cedar notes that I ever smelled. It smells so crisp, so clean. I would compare this fragrance somewhat to Bois d'Orage by Frederic Malle. I love Bois d'Orage. I always wanted to own a bottle of Bois d'Orage. Bois d'Orage, it's simpler. It's more of a vetiver, somewhat cedarwood, but fresh. It smells great. This one, it's kind of like Bois d'Orage's younger brother. It's got some fruitiness, it's got some sweetness of it, but it smells great. It's not a shatter. And performance is not the greatest as well, honestly. But I just enjoy this fragrance to wear at the office. It makes me feel like a handsome man in a way. Bella Bellissima Majestic Cedar is a great one. Give it a try. Another fragrance that I truly enjoy, especially in the fall season, it's Thé Noir 29 by Le Labo. This is such a great fragrance, guys, and actually I have way too many stories about this fragrance. I haven't worn this fragrance in the longest time due to the fact that my boss actually wears it. My boss's friend actually wears it as well, due to the fact that I just wear it once and they just love it of me. I know actually few people that they were looking for a signature scent and they found their signature scent in this Thé Noir 29. It's unusual scent, it's pleasant, but it's unique at the same time. It's not something that you smelled before. It's not something that you smell often. It's got a very beautiful tea note. The rose here is not as prominent. It's darker. It's got some woodsy undertone with it as well. The vetiver here is apparent as well. It's a beautiful fragrance. I personally enjoy it, and it gets me compliments. Just the fact that I know a lot of people use it as their signature scent around me nowadays, it makes me wear it less and less and less. But I still would love just to pull this fragrance for a couple of times at least this fall, just because I love it. My number 8 on my list, it's from a house that I personally love, and I'm trying my best to discover it as much as I can, especially that Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery carries it nowadays. And I'm talking about 777 Stéphane Humbert Lucas and Une Nuit à Doha. That's the name of this fragrance we have right here. Let me just tell you this, guys, this is not a cheap house, but the quality is there. And for me personally, guys, I wouldn't mind paying that extra money just to get a little bit of extra quality, because a fragrance, to me, it's something that would make me feel better about myself, first of all, and then it would make the people around you perceive you in a better way. And this is a fragrance, even though it is pretty sickly sweet, and sickly sweet fragrances, they tend to be cheap smelling in a way. It's not the case here at all. I know it is very sweet, but it smells expensive at the same time. It's very complex. It's got way too many things going on in this fragrance, so it's not just sweetness in it. It's way more than that. There's the woods, there's the resins, there's way too many things are going on, and it gets me compliments, and I do enjoy it when I have this fragrance on, especially on a fall-y night out when it's just not way too cold. 777 Une Nuit à Doha, it's a great one. Check it out. My number 7 on my list is a fragrance I love again, and it's actually hard to get. It's not hard to get, it's a hassle to get, because if you just wanna buy it, you can buy it, but it's just a hassle to buy it. It's just gonna take you some time. It's just a hassle. It's not convenient to buy. That's what I'm trying to say. And yes, I'm talking about Cosmic Oud by I don't, let me just read that name, because Marc de la Morandière. I'm just gonna leave links because that's a hard name, I know. This fragrance is not available actually in the US, but if you go to their website, they actually ship worldwide, which is a great convenience, by the way. This is a great fragrance, guys. This is a very great smelling fragrance to my nose personally. One of the best, like bar none. You have to have a similar taste to me to really enjoy this fragrance. This fragrance, it's actually very vetiver. I'm not a big fan of vetiver, but I just love the smoky, inky vetiver that this one has. It smells like pencil shaving in a way, with some sweetness, vanillic undertone sweetness, which is a great combination if you tell me. It reminds me somehow, not entirely though, of Pardon by Nasomato. It just gives hints of it in a way. I love Pardon by Nasomato, but smell wise, to me personally, I enjoy this one way more. I really need a backup bottle of this, because this is a fragrance that I personally love, and I just want to wear it way more, honestly. Give this one a try. Cosmic Oud by Marc de la Morandière. Yes. My number 6 on my list is this one right here, and I love it. It's D600 by Carner Barcelona. Yes. This is a beautiful fragrance, guys. If you love Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme Parfum, try this one out. This one kind of smells similar in a way, but different. I love the spicy nuances that this one has. I love how fresh it is, but spicy and deep and dark at the same time. I love how not lipsticky this fragrance is compared to Dior Homme Intense, even though it's mainly iris. It's just a better version of Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense in my honest opinion. I just love it. It's just right in between. It's got the freshness of Dior Homme and the complexity of Dior Homme Intense without being extremely lipsticky and with a great spicy cardamom note to die for. Beautiful bottle too, and every time I have this fragrance on, I always feel better about myself, and it puts me in a good mood, and that's why I truly enjoy this one even more. My number 5 on my list is a fragrance a lot of people do love a lot, and a lot of people, they don't love it as much because they think it's a very extremely feminine fragrance. I can see both ways, and I agree with both of the two different people, and I honestly think Fève Délicieuse, it's a great gourmandy fragrance that would work great on a man or a woman. It's just a fantabulous fragrance that would last forever, but due to the fact of the sweetness and the gourmandy nuances that it has, and gourmandy fragrances are hard to pull off by men, especially if you are the type of guy, macho guy that love rugged fragrances or fresh fragrances. Probably this one is not gonna be for you. And if you are a regular Joe that not into fragrances and smell this one, somehow you would definitely think this is a perfume, not a fragrance that a man can pull off as well. I can totally see that, but at the same time, if you wear this fragrance, I kid you not, that would get you compliments, and a lot of ladies actually love this fragrance to smell it of men. Weirdly enough, yes. Fève Délicieuse by Dior, it's on my number 5. Great one right here. This is the big bottle as well. My number 4 on my list is a very expensive fragrance I personally do enjoy. I don't wear it as much due to the fact that I just savor it and save it for when I actually really need it, because this fragrance smells expensive and it would do the job for you, especially work-wise. I'm telling you this, guys. I'm talking about Hormone Jane, and this is what's the name of this fragrance? I totally forgot. Yeah, this is Black Gold. This is a great fragrance, guys. If you love ginger, if you love lemons, if you love woody undertones, you just love this one. This is the epitome of office for men, in my honest opinion, and the epitome for that price wise as well. This one is not cheap, but it's another one that I wouldn't mind to pay that a little bit of extra money just to get extra quality, and I just find that with this one right here. Especially if you are a ginger lover. I am one of those guys, like 110%. I find this one of the best gingers out there. Combined with the lemons and the woody undertone, this is just to die for. It lasts and it projects and it gets compliments, and people actually take you seriously when they smell this fragrance of you. This one is a great one right here. If you get the moolah or the cash, just give this one a try. It's one of the best office smelling fragrances like ever, bar none. My number 3 on my list is of course Vertical Oud by Hermetica. This is a great one right here, guys. This is, I know it's a rose oud combo, but it doesn't smell like a rose oud combo. It smells way better than that. It's totally unisex. Look at this pretty bottle, first of all. It's got a fruity nuance on top that it is to die for. This one gets way too many compliments as well. If you are going on a date, I highly recommend if you try this one out and just have it on a date, because this one would do, I would say, 25% of the work that you need to do on a date. And hey, 25%, it's a decent amount of percentage that you need, especially if you like that person that you are going on a date with. Yes, Vertical Oud would help you out achieve your accomplishment. My number 2 on my list is a fragrance I truly do enjoy quite a bit, guys. I think smell-wise, it is incredible, honestly, and a lot of you guys out there actually love the way this fragrance smells, but at the same time there's a big chunk of you guys out there to think this one smells old. I totally disagree with you guys when it comes to this fragrance, Kobe by Xerjoff, that it smells old. I think it smells incredible. It's very fresh, somewhat floral, with the woodsy undertone, and everything this fragrance has and offers screams quality to me. Performance is great. Everything about this fragrance is great. When you first spray this fragrance on, it's just the freshest, best neroli, best bergamot, best freshness like ever. And just let this fragrance dry down a little bit, and then it gets woodier but fresh at the same time, but it just still smells great. It's a great fragrance for work or like daytime use or nighttime. I just love this fragrance to wear it regardless. I think fall is the best season for it, especially because of the woodsy, dry, woodsy undertone that this one gives, and I just enjoy it quite a bit, especially in the fall time. Kobe by Xerjoff is such a great fragrance. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you think of Kobe, guys. Am I the only one think that Kobe is one of the greatest fragrances like ever, or some of you guys think the same way too? Let me know. My number one on my list, one of my favorite fragrances to pull off this fall and every fall, and I just want to have this fragrance to be in my collection like forever, just because the fact that I truly do enjoy this one quite a bit. And I'm talking about Maison Francis Kurkdjian, one of my favorite houses, and this is Oud, just the Oud version. I just love this one, guys. I just find it very comforting, very soothing. The best ouds out there, very smooth, oudy nuances. It's not barnyardish at all. With the LME and the resins, it's somewhat sweet but not overly sweet. It's very extremely well composed. You might think it's simple, but it's not simple at all. This is one of the simplest but the hardest, most difficult ouds to make, to my perspective, and I just love it. It's such a great fragrance, guys. Oud by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I love it. I'm just gonna be rocking the heck out of it. This is a staple to me. It's always on my fall list, and yes, I just love it. So this is pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys again for watching and subscribing and doing all the good stuff. Please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of my part 2 fall niche list for 2019. These are fragrances that are dear to my heart, and these are fragrances that I truly do enjoy wear, especially in the fall. And let me know what you think of them. Let me know what you're gonna be rocking the most this fall. Hey, I'm curious and I would love to know. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm just gonna leave links down there. I always leave miniature reviews there pretty much every day on my daily fragrances that I wear, and yes, I want you to go follow me there like now. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell right next to it. I don't want you to miss on any of my future videos that I am about to do. I'm excited for this holiday season, and I want to work a little bit harder, so I want some encouragement from you guys to actually make me work a little harder. Okay, I'm lazy, you guys know me, and I need you guys to push me to work a little harder. So likes, give me as many likes as you can. And this is another week with Note Sponge, and I know Sponge making smelling good always easy. Peace.